Amazon is set to report results today after the bell. And joining us right now with a preview on that is Jay Woods. He's Freedom Capital Markets Chief Global Strategist. Jay, we saw the cloud business, both at Microsoft and Google, have some pretty strong results. Are we expecting the same thing from Amazon?
Yeah, we are. And the ad revenue is something that we're really going to focus on because this is the first time they report quarterly reports with the Prime Video ad sales as well. So we've seen a momentum in ad sales across the board. We expect that to continue. And then AWS should continue to improve. And AI, everyone wants to know the AI story there. Andy Jassy is investing a lot into it. They just unrolled something called Rufus. It's Alexa, but great name, by the way. I don't know where they came up with it. But Rufus is going to be that AI assistant that's going to be helping you shop when you're shopping online. And then on the e-commerce side, they continue to crush it on all metrics. So fundamentally, it's hitting it. And then if you look at the technicals, too, it is just starting to make all-time new highs. It's the last of the Mag 7 stuff. Well, last of the 6. Tesla, we'll talk about in a second, never got back to those highs. But it has the same trajectory of an Alphabet where a good quarter it could break out and it has significant room to run technically. So I like it on all fronts.
It's funny. You mentioned the online component almost as an afterthought. It was kind of at the end of this this litany of other things that you were talking about. But what they have done with the online commerce has been pretty amazing too.
Yeah, we're so used to it. It's expected. It's the gold standard.
Multiple
exactly. So when you think of Amazon, that's naturally what you think of. But you want to think about what's next. And what Andy Jassy has set the table for is continued growth in AWS. Ads continue to climb. They're going to the playoffs now in football next week, this year. So that'll be interesting when my Eagles are on Amazon instead of NBC. And yeah, they've been hitting on all metrics. So the AI story is what's really going to move the needle as far as ad spend.
So you like it, even though the trajectory has been one that it's been picking up steam. You think there's more room to run here?
I think so. They've beaten the last 5 quarters. They've gone up an average of 7.5% the last 3. The only thing that's troubling me is the pattern we're seeing given headwinds in the overall market. Stocks like Alphabet that beat, they're starting to fade. You're seeing stocks beat on earnings and struggle to make those new highs and keep them. So if headwinds in the market persist, we'll see what the Fed does this week, then it could struggle to go on a trajectory like we would like to see it. And then keep an eye out. It's in the Dow now. We've seen Meta. We've seen Alphabet add dividends. Could they add a dividend? You never know, and that would be great.
That would be a great thing, to add the dividend. Forget about continuing to build for future growth.
Exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about Tesla.
Yeah.
Huge run-up in those shares, if you're looking at the last 5 trading sessions or so. Elon Musk going to China, that was a big surprise move and really solidifies that country in terms of the story for Tesla, which is a really important one. It's its largest market.
Yeah, a tentative agreement. Let's remember, it was a tentative agreement. It jumped 15%, best day in three years. His net worth, as you noted, was up $37 billion since over the last 5 days, but it's still down 21% for the year. It's still mired in a 2.5-year-long downtrend. They still haven't been able to hit on all metrics. Revenues have been decreasing. The space pricing pressures in EV continues to mount. China's story is huge. Autonomous driving, that's what everyone's watching. That's the next big thing, and that's why the stock is rallying. We're focused on August 8th, the cyber cab making its debut. This news in China is very positive, but can that translate back to the United States? Can that translate globally? There are a lot of questions. And then the rollout of the Model 2. We remember there was a little Twitter battle between Reuters saying that it wasn't going to happen. It was delayed. On the conference call, he assuaged those fears. It was a nice call. Said the rollout was going to come out a little quicker than anticipated. But it's got to be a show-me stock. And right now, that's why it's mired in that long-term downtrend, because they missed on metrics. The Tesla Semi, what happened to that? The Cybertruck, the delays, the pricing pressures. The price points went up, the battery life went down. So there are a lot of factors here in Tesla that have investors worried. Short interest at its highest level in 2 years. Also one of the reasons why the stock has popped so much over the last few days. So there's a lot of great things, and Elon Musk, you never want to bet against him. But there have been failures in deliveries. So investors have not been running it up like they have in the past, thinking this is going to be the big thing. They want them to be shown. And we'll get some answers come this summer.
You wouldn't short it. You just said you wouldn't.
I just wouldn't trade it. You know, if actually, that's how you play the stock. You trade it because it makes big moves. But for me, there are a lot of other vehicles, yes, pun intended, to put your money into play right now. Amazon being one of those.